Right then, it's been a little while since I've put up a video. This is some stuff I did earlier. Microsoft Flight Sim
I know that this
2024.
weather can look daunting, but you'll be able to perform your approach by relying on your aircraft's instruments, just like you did in your training.
And yes, the IFR
Cessna
test.
07, four-year transponder appears inoperative or malfunctioning reset. Squawk tree 125.
So this was just to get our
Cessna
qualification.
074, you were 300 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 2,100 feet QNH 101 tree.
And yes, went a little bit low there.
Climb and maintain 2,100 foot Cessna 074. Cessna 074, you are 10 miles east of Sunburg. Contact tower on 118. 25 when inbound on the approach.
I actually thought we were going to be in more cloud, but we were flying above it most of the time.
118. 25 Cessna 074.
We started to slow down and do our descent.
Cessna 074, wind 271 at 12. Cleared to land runway 24.
Cleared to land runway 24 Cessna 074.
And yes, once we were down, you can see the water on the left hand side there. So we were down, coming down lower, and just now you can start to see the runway with the flashing lights. Not sure what those are called. Try to keep it reasonably slow and hope to do an okay landing. To be honest with you, I can't remember how this went. Ooh. Going off center line a bit. Bring it back online. Easing it down. As I said, I can never do a proper flare, so that's why it doesn't really happen. And down.
Cessna 074, contact ground on 118. 255.
Okay, well, wasn't too bad. I think there were a few things that happened that I didn't show here.
118. 255 Cessna 074.
I can't remember if it was a taxiing thing or not. Yeah, so that was...
Great job. You've passed the test. There's a few areas where you can improve, but that was a solid performance.
So what do we get? We got a B, so radio communication was missed, and the flight plan altitudes steered us 300 foot under, not paying attention. And then we had the option to use, I think this is the Cessna 400, something. A more powerful aircraft, and I think this might have been getting the qualification for being able to use this kind of aircraft. This thing does go quite a lot faster than the 172, and I had one go on landing it and realised how much faster it goes, so really needing to slow it down quite a lot. Obviously the bits and pieces, the controls are laid out in a slightly different place. Press switches up the top there, so I had to have a bit of a look around to get things sorted and familiar. Probably not as familiar as I should have got more, if you see what I mean. I should practice more.
Hi, it's Ellen, the hangar manager. Thanks for taking care of this very flight. Today's job involves getting the C-400 Corvallis TT to Wheeled AB as soon as possible. The owner had to get his aircraft repaired over there. Now that it's fixed, he needs someone to fly it back to him. His name's Bart Stallman, and he is waiting at the destination to pick it up. Treat this beauty like it's your own. See you.
See you. That's right. So it was a delivery and a weird place to send me taxiing right to the very end here, which was a bit strange. And then, if I remember correctly, this happened. That, which I'm pretty sure that the wing wasn't far enough out to hit that tree anyway. See, it didn't really look like it hit it, so it might have been something on the ground that made the steering go, so I had to call in for a pushback, and then once it wasn't a good start. Once we had a pushback, we had to really get a throttle down, get ourselves out of the mud and get onto the runway. So I'm glad Bart wasn't here to see what was happening to his plane.
Echo Bravo, Zulu Whiskey Traffic 46666 Echo Papa, India 6A14. Taking off runway 21, our departure to the north.
Yep, so it got all lined up and eventually we launched ourselves off. Now on this one also, the flight plan already I can see doesn't seem to be appearing in the bottom right hand screen. So I can't remember. It would have been autopilot quite a lot of the way. But anyway, so getting the flaps up, and at least with this you can climb a lot quicker. Turning here, realising that we've got these wind turbines rather close, comfort, but yeah, not too bad. Over the wind turbines and getting back onto the main course. Get it into autopilot, zooming across the country. So this is in Europe somewhere. Can't remember now. And yes, just as the weather starts closing in here, I was aware that, and there's the runway actually, you can see up there on the top left hand corner of the windscreen. And I'd spent ages really trying to slow down here, so I've got full flaps. As you can see, it's getting quite dark, and it was a little bit gusty as well. No, not too bad, but I have a feel, I mean, weird place to have trees right at the end of the runway, and this was the right runway to land on. I say land. It's more like bounce along, I seem to remember. It's a bit awkward. There we go, almost stalled it into the ground. So not smooth at all. And then I got a thing for undesignated landing area, but that's a fairly common bug, unfortunately, at the moment in 2024. So yes, then there was a case of stopping at there, had a taxi to the parking area, which was right off in the trees and getting darker and darker, and then that was it. I did do another mission after this, which was a cargo flight in the 172 going across the channel, so we now have access to the south coast of the UK, which I might carry on doing in career mode.
I'm sure the trip had its challenges, but
I hope my plane didn't take too much of a beating. Thanks for your hard work.
Apart from driving into a tree, me. So, yes, that was our little adventure. So I've got to learn how to land these things. Probably. And yeah, so there we go. Landing smoothness 29%, and some radio communications and undesignated landing area problems. So I managed to get an A. So yeah, that was that.